Hello and welcome to Offload, our weekly podcast where we just talk about stupid shit. I'm Charlie.
I'm Jared.
I'm Jason.
I'm Tom.
This week's episode, we do a stream?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, we could do.
And we wear slutty Santa costumes.
Push-up bras. We take the donation.
Don't give me the face. Don't. Why? Why are you giving me the face already?
This is the new face.
All I'm saying
I
is
prefer the old
eyes.
face.
donate to our Patreon and you'll get some skimpier pics.
Yeah. But,
From Charlie. Charlie's already in his boxes, so
yeah.
You only understand.
Well, behind the
better
scene
looking one out
pics.
of all of them. So.
we're gonna get some behind the scene pics
Come on,
of Charlie's
man.
Close your
boxes.
second. Yeah, close second.
So
Yes, I'll take that. I'll take it.
Good. So, obviously, we did the podcast. Yes, this is good. But we don't want to do just this. For example, as the title would suggest, ideas of us doing streaming, something like that, is in the mix. I mean, I know personally I want to do, like I've spoken to Jason and Tom and stuff like that. I personally want to do like
Personally
a stream.
excluding Jared from the
oh
conversation.
shit!
No, it's
What
just
a
like
cunt.
Oh shit!
no, it's just you see-
Jared, we need to form our we need to form Aftermath Records. What the fuck is
It's
this?
more of the fact. It's more of the fact that when we've had general conversations, Jason and Tom, it just happens to come into the conversation. So first of all, Jason called me and started talking about it, so I come up with the idea, and I was already talking to Tom. So
No.
Nothing against you. Anyway,
yeah.
point
I got a
being-
PC anyway, so.
there you go. Point being,
But you're now on our Discord, which is good. More frequent
I want
conversations.
to do like stream, like obviously gaming streaming like that. Is playing shit like PUBG and when we fuck around on CS:GO or some bollocks like that. Because half of the shit, like obviously this is just sod's law, but half of the shit that we say off stream is funnier than what we say on stream.
I would say
Like-
100%. This is a very. The thing is, this is a very edited. Well, not edited. Very not even filtered, really. Just performed version of ourselves.
It's a very
Yeah.
composed version
Because,
of
because we're
ourselves.
sat in a specific scenario where we actually have to sit down and
It's,
think of
no,
a topic.
it's
not-
still not that composed, but compared to our normal conversations, it is very composed.
Yeah, that's because we have something to talk about here, whereas when we don't have something to talk about, that's when all shit breaks loose.
Yeah.
So, we're thinking of like, doing streams and stuff like that. Yeah, mainly like me playing PUBG and all that lot and whatever these guys want to play and stuff like that. And then
Team
possibly
Fortress 2 Conga servers.
going on to like, obviously getting all highlights,
Hell yeah.
putting the highlights on YouTube and possibly editing, like, because obviously, some people with the podcast and that get bored of just listening, like I was saying to you too. They get
Yeah.
bored of just listening, so they need something to watch. So after the stream, we can compose highlights and then put the podcast on YouTube with the highlights to give someone, to give people something
I was
to
about
watch.
to mention that. Yeah, so there'll be stuff in the background. Because obviously you haven't posted on YouTube in a while. Because to be fair with you, for just audio and a picture background, the amount of time it takes to render is actually surprisingly long. It takes about an hour.
To be fair, I think we're better off starting off with a completely new YouTube as opposed to, instead of coming off of your old one.
No, it's still on
No,
Full Guys.
we
still
have
Full Guys.
we have a
Right.
YouTube channel.
We have one.
Yeah, fair enough. I forgot about
Yeah,
this.
It's
no,
just that we posted like we posted.
Oh yeah, we were going to use it as
No.
backups, weren't we?
Yeah, no. I remember we originally started because we didn't realize how SoundCloud worked when season 1, and we thought we were being massively fucked over. And then we posted the first 2 episodes of season 2 and just kind of abandoned it.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly, it's still got that one episode that's actually not on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
That's the YouTube exclusive.
Go find us on YouTube. That's the reason to subscribe.
Yeah, so if you, obviously it gives you the choice then to either watch us on SoundCloud or watch us on YouTube. But the point, if you want to watch something in the background, then if we do just start the streaming and that, obviously you can come watch us stream because, to be fair, it'll probably half of it will end up funnier than the podcast. Because at the moment, we just spend this time near enough bitching about stuff, whereas that will be just pure...
Not we.
Yeah,
you.
me bitching about stuff.
Yeah,
But
100%.
the streaming will be like pure just game laughs and game related stupid shit. So, that opens anybody that does listen to us that actually find this shit enjoyable can come and watch us stream, do stupid shit on gaming, and then if you decide you want to watch us on YouTube instead of SoundCloud, then that's what you do. Like I'm personally, I like that. I can't I'm not one to just listen to podcasts. Like, even when I'm playing, because I've got like 2 monitors on my computer. Even when I am playing a game and I want to listen to something in the background, I have a YouTube video on just to watch. And glance at every now and then. I can't do the just listening. Obviously, Jason's a bit different.
Oh, I'm entirely different. I can't watch something and do something else at the same time. I like the sound of something in the background.
Yeah.
Whereas,
exactly.
Yeah, that's mainly what I do. I mean,
So,
it depends on the video. If it's a video that I've seen before, I can just listen to it in the background. There's no problem with that, because I know what happens.
Story,
if it's something I haven't seen before and I just pop it on, I'll be occasionally
glancing
over just to see what it is.
It just it just helps appeal to other people that do want to watch stuff in the background and watch our streams and stuff like that. You always need like a highlight, and we spend a lot of time on Tom occasionally and Jason every now and then, but especially me because I play with my uncle and that lot. We play a lot of PUBG. Oh, fuck off. We play a lot of PUBG, so it's something that if we can, like, what's the word? If we can combine the playing PUBG and that lot, because we always fuck around. We have ridiculous games, like get rounds and stuff like that. It'd be nice to, like, I would enjoy it as well personally.
And we can also play some better games.
Yeah, there's a lot.
TF2.
I mean, there's a lot of games we can put on the background. Obviously, Charlie's pick would probably be PUBG.
Or League. Just if you ever want to see me, I know it's not that fun to watch.
Tom's face.
No. It's not that fun to watch, but the result of it, like me raging, is the main thing.
Well, but they won't. If it's the podcast over the video, they won't hear you raging on League.
That's a good point.
Unless it's a League stream, that's when they can hear you. If it's just a video in the background, they won't hear you.
Usually,
they can see you type your shit in.
But mainly PUBG, because I haven't played League in fucking ages. So, like,
you were playing it like 2 hours ago.
You were playing it before we fucking did this.
Yeah,
we
I know.
watched you.
No, but I mean, like, as in properly played it. I had one draft pick game because I wanted to play a game before you fuckers got here, and it's either PUBG or League, and I haven't played League in ages because I play PUBG. So there's no point getting into a single player game where there's a campaign that I haven't played because you just won't get into it. So just have a nice game of League. That's why I play it. The League's only good for time wasting if you don't want to get into anything.
I feel like something that would work well is I know Jason's going to completely disagree with me here because he has a very, very astute point on the game, but Unity. But Joe did heists and stuff in Unity. I feel like that would be good background. Not just because it's Unity.
But Jason's
the concept of the co-op heists in Unity, they're quite fun to play, but when you're watching it as well, you've got like different people's perspectives and stuff like that. That'd be cool to kind of like put together.
Do you mean Assassin's Creed Unity?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Honestly?
What, the one in France?
Yes, he does.
It's turned from the shittest game in the world, but now it's been patched as one of the best Assassin's Creed. That's from 2 people that have taken 3 years to buy the game. And even, so say for example, like,
in all honesty, I shat on Unity when it first came out. I was hyped for it. I was hyped for the co-op aspect. When it came out, I shat on it so bad.
Even the
but
missus,
they fixed it. They fixed it so much.
She loves Assassin's Creed. It's her favourite game of all time. And even she said, I'm not really fussed about Unity because it looked shit when it came out. And now we play it. She wants to play it, and it's pretty good. The customization is unreal.
That's the thing.
All in all,
since they fixed it, it's actually a pretty fun game now. But
the real question is, what's the coolest thing you can customise yourself into?
You're about custom. It's not like you can wear fucking chicken outfits.
You can change your gender.
You can
cut your dick off.
You can put yourself in medieval armor, Napoleonic armor.
Oh.
It's instead of like the original Assassin's Creed, they did pure outfits.
Yeah.
This you can change individual hoods, chests, wrists, waist, legs.
What, and it kind of blends in with one another.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's different sets and stuff, and you can mix and match.
My gripe isn't really with the game itself, it's supporting Ubisoft as a company. I can't...
The only thing
I can't willingly give them their money at this... I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Like, I don't like supporting them monetarily, because it's like, you guys are bad for the game industry.
So I don't care about the whole political side of it. I got it on a £12 Steam sale, so I'm fine.
Ubisoft are going to raise taxes.
That's the thing. I got it on a £12 Steam sale. I didn't pay full price for the game, so I don't give a shit.
No, I'm not saying don't enjoy your games.
I'm kind of with Jason with this, but I'm not at the same time, because every company brings out a good game. But Ubisoft, in the last, let's say, 5 years, apart from Stick of Truth and For Honor, what else was there?
I quite enjoyed Siege.
5 years is a
Siege
long
was
time.
good.
Yeah.
The only problem,
Siege.
the only problem with Siege was the fact that it was usually me, Tom, and Scott, and we would play, but we would always have that one bloke that was on his own, so he had the no communication side to it, and we were playing with like a randomer, so you have a full team that needs communication, and that fucker's just pissed off somewhere.
Yeah, there'd be two people just on their own.
Well, that's the
It's
same.
five, that
teams
was
of
it.
five.
Sorry, yeah. So then you'd have me and Scott and Tom, and then you'd have the other two that gets fucked over. So then it just leaves us three talking, and then usually it's a whole team of five. So we just got bored.
Well, that's the thing. Like any competitive game,
But it was good.
like when you don't have a team that
You don't-
communicates and
It turns
moves
to
it
shit.
together.
But
At
that's
at
the
least
way-
with PUBG, even if you have 3 out of 4 people, it's still fucking hilarious. and
That's the way
brilliant.
these.
That's the thing in
competitive
PUBG.
games
If you
are.
don't have a full team,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can always
it's supposed
choose to
to
just
work like
play
that.
as 3 people.
Exactly.
That's what I don't like about like competitive games with like rank systems in them, because you can't party up kind of thing. You can either have one of you or two of you, which is just
What's that?
it's a terrible concept. Like
just in general.
rank games in general.
Oh yeah.
You can't queue as like a full team. I can think of very few games where you can like go into a rank game as a like unit.
So I think of the first two that pop into my head are League and Counter Strike. You can do that.
League, Counter Strike. If I think PUBG was thinking of doing a rank system at some point, maybe.
To be fair,
That's
I
like
don't see.
complete waste of time.
I don't see the point in a ranked PUBG system
Yeah.
because you've already got leaderboards for public.
No, I know that. I'm just saying like there might
Unless
be a
it
thing.
literally, the one thing that I realised that PUBG does on custom games and don't do on actual games is at the end they have a scoreboard.
Yeah.
So when the game's finished, they have a scoreboard of who come first, how many kills they had, how many assists they had.
That's smart.
Stuff like that. They do that on custom games, but they don't do it on public ones.
They should do that on public. That's a good.
So I'm watching the Twitch
We were-
Open Invitational.
We were talking about
That's fun.
Siege. Siege has a ranked game that you can go in as a 5.
Yeah, but Siege ranked is fucking hard.
Yeah, because they get
So
like, Siege
difficult.
ranked. If you ever want to know the definition of tryhards in a game, it is Siege ranked. Because you will have to, like us lot, we play games just to fuck around. So if there was a team of 5, say for example us 4 and Scott, we would never take it seriously. We would fuck around, throw random grenades and just do random, like, we would laugh.
I mean,
at
yeah,
being
we'd
sat
still
on
play the game, we just wouldn't take it too.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, we'd play the game, but we wouldn't be, like, checking every single corner, peeking in, like, tiny loopholes and, like, remembering the map where weak spots of walls are and shit like that. We'd just be sat there laughing at the fact that we're upside down poking our head through a window, do you know what I mean? We'd still kill and all that lot, but you get people that literally, like, remember every single wall that's destructible, where to shoot, where the most common hiding spots are, all this fucking bollocks, and you're just like, dude, chill. Do you know what I mean?
I think if we went into a rank like us 4 and Scott and another 5, and then it was the last round. To be honest, I'm that guy. I'm a bastard. Like I would kill you first. I pointed at Tom for everyone who's like, who
Yeah.
do they mean by you?
Say if it was on YouTube, you'd be able to see that. Oh,
To be fair, even in Counter Strike, when me and Charlie, it's usually just me and Charlie queuing, and when we put with 3 randoms, if someone's doing bad,
You
we'll
just
say
kill
to
them. Yeah,
we'll say to
yeah.
them doing bad, and then as soon as they leave spawn, you give it a bit of time, and then just right in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Like, and then later on, they'll spawn next round and try and kill you instantly, and then get kicked because they killed you instantly.
yeah. Or if
So-
we just cannot be bothered to say, for example, if we play a good few games and then we get bored of Counter Strike, we end up being the ones that get banned purely because it'll be our last game. We know it's our last game of the night, and then we just get pissed off at someone and troll and kill them too many times to the point where we get banned for doing too much damage.
But it's not even like if we're having a decent game, even if we're losing, but we know the whole team's still properly trying, we won't do anything. We will continue the game.
Oh, yeah,
as
it's
it
only
is.
it's only ever so slight. Like it's very specific circumstances to which we will troll. We're not just like dickheads that go into every game. It's just very like, say for example, if there is a bloke flaming all the time, screaming, basically crying down the mic, and we're like, "Bro, chill out," and then he insults us or shoots us, then yeah, of course we're gonna shoot him just for
Then yeah,
laughs.
we will retaliate and we'll
But-
fuck him up real bad. But
Purely because it's the kind of person that cares about Counter Strike, and we haven't played Counter Strike properly.
do
For a
you know
year.
what? Do you know what's something that I never thought I would do? I've actually uninstalled Counter-Strike.
Oh boy,
Really?
Yeah.
This is a new chapter in your life.
I've actually, since I got it 4 years ago, the first time I've uninstalled Counter-Strike.
Yeah, no, Tom's pretty much no life that game 2 years ago.
Yeah, like 20 quid, 30 quid of fucking stupid ass skins gone down the drain.
I want to know, was Tom that guy in year 11 who just never came
Yes.
in, and then when people were like, where were you, he would just say
Yes.
something, but then to you guys he was like, oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like that year 10, year 11,
Yeah.
year 12.
I
What
was that guy.
left of year 13
until he left
was
school.
Halfway through year 13.
until the teachers finally clocked on because he told them that they had a hangover and they went, alright, bye bye. So yeah, he was like that for a good 3, maybe 4 years.
In year 11 I had 3 whole months off. It completely fucked.
Jesus.
It's like Lee
do you know how
Santini,
bad
innit?
this is?
3
You know how
months.
bad this is? This is how bad the education system is. I had 3 months off.
Fuck the rules.
First
man. Look,
day
we've
in,
broken
I had
the
a
rules so many
mock
times.
exam. I got
Oh,
C's on
God.
everything. I was sitting there. I was like, suck these
It is
precious
exactly.
nibs.
It's exactly like Lee. What he did, right, is he the fuck man. What he did is he took 6 months off school. They, for some reason, they didn't kick him out, even though he had half a year off. He should have been kicked out of school a long time ago, right? And then he came back in to do his GCSEs. He completely fucking aced his GCSEs. Got into Henley College, and then he tried pulling the same shit, and they kicked him out within the first month. Because he got away with it for 6 months in Beechwood.
Yeah, but to be fair, I
He
didn't.
thought he could continue getting away with it in college, and they just said bye bye to him, and they fined him as well.
Yeah, so now he doesn't have any A levels, does he? I'm pretty
No,
sure.
no,
he just
he
has
doesn't have any
GCSEs.
A levels. He's got GCSEs because he got kicked out of Henley.
But yeah, to be
He
fair,
tried pulling the same
I
shit.
was like that, like back and forward through sixth form. Like, the last half a year of year 13 when Tom got kicked out, there was a good month or two where I was still there. But then, the last 4 months or so, I was very rarely in. Do you know what I mean?
On and off kind of thing.
It was literally like 4 days of the week
I
I,
think
wouldn't
it
be
was
there.
4
and then-
months, wasn't it? I got kicked
Yeah.
out in February.
It was just like I'd be sat there like I would come in on like a Monday and a Thursday because I didn't have any lessons those days, and the other days I just wouldn't turn up.
To be fair, I was sixth form in general most days.
Mm-hmm.
It was they were very, for some reason, like, if you were ahead, because I remember one point I was ahead in drama, and then I think I had like 2 threes, right? What?
You did try.
Yeah, I got A levels in drama, bro.
Why?
Because he's a fag.
Because it was fun.
Because it's
No,
fun.
no,
It was fun, yeah.
No, it's because it was an easy grade.
It was an easy
Right
grade.
now, it is an easy grade.
It was an
actually
easy
is.
grade. I knew the drama teacher as well because I've been doing drama the whole time. I did it for my GCSE as well, and it was fun to do.
When all the
Okay.
chav girls in my year did it, and they all got A's, and they're all literally just fridges. Like they have no IQ, just zero. The IQ is 0, and they're getting like B's and C's and A's.
It was an easy
like, that's a
qualification.
free A. I should have went to
But
that.
there's the main thing of in a drama lesson, you can literally just fuck about. Like it was literally like because we had
it was
study sessions which were free periods, right, where we just sit in the common room and just chill. But yeah, so basically it was just extra free lessons because you could just fuck about.
Well, I took it to GCSE, and for me, it was just stress relief, and nothing more.
That's literally what it was, and I got a qualification from that, so I'm perfectly fine with that.
But what are you going to do that involves drama in the real world?
Nothing.
Then
A
why did you do
podcast,
it?
my friend. We are
Because
all,
it's an extra qualification to put on the CV.
Jared. We are all now voice actors on this podcast.
It's just an extra qualification to put on the CV.
Voice actors who like, I wouldn't understand.
You know what? You know what's actually really surprising?
Go on.
There was a game that was. Do you remember when we were at I-52?
Yeah.
There was an indie game that was there, right? Called I forgot what it was called now. Red something. And I actually had a voice part in that game, but it was never released. They didn't have enough funding to do it, and they ended up scrapping it. But we saw it at
because you had a
I-52.
voice in it.
Oh, we saw it at I-52, and I played it.
Internet
It was like
celebrities.
It's a bit like Red Faction, but with a very cel-shaded art style. Imagine like Red Faction.
So what was your line in it?
I was one of the announcers for one of the pickups that you picked up. It was
What
a
did
health.
you say?
It was a health pickup. It literally just plus 30 health, right? But I did have a voice part in that game.
Plus 30 health.
Yeah.
What, is that all you said?
That is literally all I said. But it was
Oh,
it was
this is
still there.
bad.
It was still there.
Yeah, but do you know what?
Like, it would have
do you
been
know-
better if you had something like, "Oh, he dead." Like,
Oh shit, nigga, that guy dead.
KO. No, but the thing he says it like, do you know what? I would. That's the equivalent of someone coming up and going, you know, I'm actually in a film. I'm an actual extra in a film. Turns out he's like in a medieval film where he's one of the soldiers in the very, very background, just holding a spear.
No, the game didn't get released, so it's worse.
Yeah, exactly.
There's the thing-
And then the film gets cut, but he was actually the one in the very, very background.
You
just
can
going
still
like
put
this.
it down as if you're an extra in that film. You still put it down extra in so and so. I can still put a thing down voice actor in so and so. No matter if the game was
In
didn't get
brackets,
released,
it got cancelled and it was
it got
shit, but-
cancelled. It was actually quite fun. I played it.
that's like
it got cut for fun.
That's like saying, "Oh, I went to school with this guy." "Oh, did you really?" "Well, I went to the school in the same city, but you know, he lived on the other. His
Yeah.
school was on the same city, but the same city."
It's like, did you know? It's like, did you know? I actually went to school with. Do you know? I actually went to school with Brad Pitt. Oh, did you? Well, he's at Westgate and I was in Beechwood, but basically,
It's completely different schools.
yeah,
Yeah,
on the other side
exactly.
of town.
That's the point.
That's the
I
point
made.
you just made.
But the thing is, I was there. The game got cut for funding reasons, but I'm not going to mention that. I was going to say, yeah, I had a voice part. In
Yeah, but then again,
but what happens
going
if
back
you-
on that,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
Sorry, going back on that though. My A levels, right? Media, IT, and when we've taken psychology, I'm now looking to become a mechanic.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they going? I took graphic products, IT, art, and
Why are you looking at
something
Tom?
else.
It was
Yeah,
your
what do you think-
GCSEs.
something else. No,
if
media,
you GCSEs,
graphic
you did
products,
media,
art,
graphics,
and IT.
yeah,
That was it. I
did
forgot
those
media.
four.
So yeah, I did those four. Gonna become a mechanic. None
So,
of those
I don't even remember my third option.
get involved. Do you know what? I do find that funny though. Just before we go on to anything else, right? How important the teacher was like, do your GCSEs. They will end your life if you don't do well.
I will kill you if you don't
Do you know what?
pass.
Genuinely, since I've left school, I haven't properly needed to use. I think I did my CV at Argos, which to be fair, doesn't fucking matter what grade you got. You're gonna get into Argos.
It's retail, yeah.
But I did that in year 12 just to get a job whilst I was doing college, doing sixth form. But after I actually left school and left sixth form, A levels and GCSEs, I don't even know what they are, and I barely remember what they are purely because I haven't fucking used them. And I'm
but
alright.
You've been doing manual labour jobs for the past year.
Yeah, but the point being, I go from
Do you not
doing
know
stuff
you
like
have
that,
to be an artiste to lift the cement?
and then I'm going into now. I'm a tipper driver, mate. We do digging and tipping. So I'm a
Digger?
driver.
You have to be an
I'm a
artiste.
machine driver. Thank you very
There
much.
is true beauty in turning
Have
the
you
gear
know I
with
am
the
a
tipper.
tipper operating engineer.
No, you're not.
No, I'm talking.
No, he's talking about you.
I'm fluffing up your
He's
title.
trying- he's trying to flag us out a
because
bit.
you said engineer. I thought you.
That's like when people ask me what I used to do. It was like I used to be a timber saw operator.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
It turned out I worked in
One
B&Q.
thing I've realised now going into the
I used to be
real
an
world.
industrial machine operator.
I think I'm the only one that actually pursued my grades through a career path
Yeah.
because I'm doing IT.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Going to the mechanic world.
What I've realised though is people like to shit on mechanics. Like
Yeah.
honestly, people have such shit lives. They're like, "Oh, you're a mechanic. You work 12 hours a day, bro. I can fix your car in 20 minutes.
It's a life
But
skill.
You don't understand.
Yeah, it's a life
I'm
skill.
making like £300 in 20 minutes. I'm making well more money than you. So what?
No, that's the thing.
You work
Here's the
12
thing,
hours
though.
a day. I get 300 quid
No.
per job. 12 hours a day.
Here's the thing. You know why they shit on you? A lot of these people are, middle class, don't have any practical skills people. They end up working in fields such as HR or
Do you know-
admin
actually, no,
and shit like that.
You make a very good
and then
point.
they shit on blue collar people like plumbers and tradesmen and mechanics. Like these people have genuine life skills and they
Right.
make just as much money as
But
you
that's,
in a lot of
that's
cases.
if rich people like that, that's the thing. They
No, I'm
hire a lot of people.
I'm not
like
even
that.
talking about the rich. The rich don't
No,
give a fuck.
no, middle
But I'm talking
class.
about middle class people.
Yeah, they'll
They're the
shit on
worst.
those. But if their plumbing goes out, who are they going to call?
Yeah,
Not
I don't know.
Ghostbusters.
The thing is, though,
They're cool fucking
the
plumbers.
thing is, though, I think why they shit on them is because they feel, oh yeah, I hire you, so they think that instead of it's because you do a better job at this than I do, it's like
literally because
it's you
there's a number for
because
you to be at their beck and call.
because
if they
I'm
need
your
you.
customer, I'm doing, you're doing a job for me, I'm more important and more successful. It's like, no, if I'm a mechanic, I'm not going to do HR shit, I'm not going to do a desk job myself. Do you know what I mean? It's like accountant. It's like, oh yeah, I'm successful, you're not. I'm not going to do the accountant shit. I'm going to hire an accountant to do it for me.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm more successful than you. You're good at your job. I'm good at my job. Done.
That's the thing.
I need your services. You are good at them. I am not.
It's like, look down your nose all you want, but you don't have any life skills.
Yeah.
Your skill was studying. You know what I mean?
Remembering.
Furthermore, if you're like a HR person working in some big corporation, it's like you don't actually contribute to anything in the economy. You are just the person that funnels through shit candidates.
The thing is though, right? I feel like anybody, I feel like society in general now, right? You could disagree, but I feel like the society nowadays, you have to be behind, like considered, obviously not literally, but I feel like you have to be behind a desk to be considered successful.
I disagree.
Yeah, I also disagree.
No, that's what I'm just saying. Personally, I feel like the amount of shit I've seen.
It's more mainstream success. People think because you're behind a desk, you've been a bit successful.
Yeah.
Well, I would say
if you look at the statistics, it's like, oh, this person's making more money because this and that and yada yada. But
such and such degree.
Yeah. But the thing is look, people realise mechanics is easy work, easy pay kind of thing.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's long hours and that can be rough, but look, if you slowly build it up, you're going to start making a lot of money. And people have seen this, and then I remember in level 1, there was like a good 120 people doing mechanics. Level 2, half that. Level 3, half that.
Exactly. But the thing is, though, I think what it is they feel because it's an easy job, like it's an easy work, easy money, that it's not, like you're not as successful or it's not credit worthy. But it's the fact that it's anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, if you're good at a job and you know what you're doing, it's easy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, I did gymnastics for 5 years when I was a kid. Then I did parkour. Asking me to do a backflip and whatnot, it's easy. Like, you guys haven't done that, so you can't. And it's kind of the same thing, do you know what I mean?
No, I can't. I won't be able to do it successfully.
No, do you know what I mean? So it's like,
you
you can say because it's easy, that, it's just an easy job, what a cop-out. But it's because that's my field, do you know what I mean? It's the same thing. Like mechanics, I can fix, so as soon as you work your way around, as soon as you know the fundamentals of, say, for example, like the first thing that comes to mind. Say, for example, if you want to lower a car, you get the fundamentals. You know exactly how the suspension works, and no matter what car it is, right? No matter what make, what model, how old, suspension system is a suspension system.
Yeah.
It works the same way. Well, you can do it as soon as you see one. You're like, yeah, I can do that. But people automatically assume because you're like this is especially mechanics. Looking through it. Yeah. Like, sometimes not other jobs like plumbers and electricians, but I feel like mechanics especially, because it's an easy job, they feel like it's a cop-out, or it's just like, oh yeah, anybody could do that. And it's like, yeah, but it's because I know what I'm looking at. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
it's like I know what I'm looking at for coilovers.
I'd like to get to the original point. You said, like, oh, people think being behind a desk is successful. I don't think that's necessarily true anymore, because I think the main aim for a lot of people now, like, they see success as the creatives.
Yeah.
Actors, YouTubers, streamers, all that kind of stuff. Like, I think that's the true model of success now. I think, like, the spread of, like, smartphones and that has really changed how that works, you know, and, like, you got a lot more internet entrepreneurs and all that kind of stuff. But that's just my own personal opinion. I just wanted to harp onto that.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's at least my personal model of success. Like, my dream job would just to be doing this. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Just with slightly better equipment, but with our own kind of space.
He's already shitting on the new equipment we bought.
Jesus.
Fuck's sake, Jason.
Actually, to elaborate, we got some new equipment. That's why the sound quality of this episode is probably a lot better.
Yeah, I hope so, anyway.
Yeah, otherwise
we got a new laptop and we got a new mic, so we're now portable. He's always stuck from my.
You just uploaded SoundCloud, and we hear it.
SoundCloud. Fucking fantastic.
SoundCloud, lads.
Yeah, sorry, it's my agent. I gotta go.
Actually, to be fair, can I just make a point, right?
Go ahead.
I know this is gonna sound like an emotional fancy or whatever the fuck you want to call it, but another thing that I don't really like is the fact that everybody assumes. I know this sounds like probably like near enough controversy, but everybody assumes that the more money they make, the more money you make is more is how successful you are. Do you know what I mean? It's just like everybody automatically assumes, oh yeah, money is the way to success. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, what if you don't want to do it? Funny enough, like mechanics, for example. What if you don't want to do a job that's that high paying? Do you know what I mean? So, for example, like a mechanic, you could be the best mechanic in the world, right? Like, but if you want to do normal cars, work in a garage, you're not going to be making anywhere near as much money as actors and all the millionaires.
Well, even the top mechanics, like if you're not working with like Formula One teams,
The thing is, though, even the mechanics that work at Formula One, the highest, I guarantee you now, like the highest paid mechanic will still get paid less than the average actor.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
And it's just
that's because they're Hollywood actors.
Yeah, and it's just like they automatically assume, like society and people in general always go, oh yeah, he's an actor, he's got more money than the mechanic, he's far more successful. But he could be a shithouse actor, I don't know, like Brendan Fraser or something like that.
Oh, throwing shade.
He could be like a shithouse actor.
Comments, fuck you.
Brendan's like, fuck these niggas.
Yeah,
I was in the mum, you goddammit.
You could just be like a shithouse actor that it just happens to be like from an extra doing an advert, and they go, oh yeah, we need someone new for a movie. And this mechanic, he's got into like the most famous, he could be working with Ferrari, Lamborghini, or any of the F1 teams.
Really top tier kind of.
And just because the bloke makes more money and he happens to be on TV, everybody goes, oh yeah, he's more successful. It's like, well no, because what if you don't, like I was saying, what if you don't want to go into, for example, mechanics? If you love working on cars, and you want to do cars and say you work for Ferrari, and you want to build their cars, because, they only get paid so much. How is that? In my mind, if I was a mechanic and I said I wanted to work for, like BMW, Ferrari, Lamborghini, all that lot, and I got there, I would consider myself very successful. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the goal I've wanted to achieve.
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't pay as much as anything else.
Yeah. I mean, my like.
What? I'm sorry, I got to cut in. So I ordered Pizza Hut, right?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And at the end, it was like, "What made you want to order Pizza Hut?" So I had like email posts. I put it down as an oven. I was like, "Hungry, innit?"
That's fair enough.
It's like, I saw it on an email. So I was like, "Oh, I feel like
answer there
pizza."
is.
Now the best one for a drop down thing, I saw a picture of it. I cannot remember what job it was. It was like, where did you hear about us? And in the drop down, no fucking word of a lie, you had like Google. You had like search engine, friends, email, letter, TV advert, saw it in a dream. That's no word of a lie.
God has told me my purpose.
Papa John's.
Or Gordon Ramsay's restaurant.
I went to sleep one day, and in my dream, I couldn't help think.
Chicken
Have
delight.
I had an accident in the past 5 years that wasn't my fault?
Well,
Yeah. Just a wet dream. Oh, I can claim money.
So you just see a banana and then the
I
other
was
picture
missed
the
on
guy dead.
PPI! Oh.
I am owed up to £8,000.
Fuck's sake.
But to bring it back to what Charlie was saying though, like everyone has their own personal measure of success. I mean, my ideal of success would be like, don't go into any debt, own your own property, 100% of your own property is yours, okay?
Like this.
And like this, like what I'm saying is like no debt, own your own property, and to be living comfortably, what I mean, not like throwing $1 million parties, having like the fucking bottles of Hennessy everywhere. I'm talking like just a comfortable living, what I mean, and preferably to be working for yourself.
Well, the funny thing
Hennessy's
is,
expensive, man. Spend £29 on a bottle.
the thing is though, a lot of the time, a lot of millionaires and like
They're not
rich
happy.
people, they're not happy.
No.
I'd much rather be on a average wage that can get my way about life and be happy with my job and want to wake up and be like, yeah, cool, let's do this.
Wake up and actually do what
like,
you want to do.
like being self-employed. Like, for example, mechanic again, just because both me and Jared can relate to this, is the fact that you can be like that. You can be self-employed, start up your own garage. It's not that hard. Start up a garage, and if you want to work on cars all day, you can work on cars all day. You own your own business.
It's your passion.
That's successful to me. Do you know what I mean? Like you were saying, exactly. Being no debt. It's just anybody's idea of success. For example, going back to the original streaming thing.
Oh, we're bringing it back.
Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah. Only vaguely until we change it because it's not in our. It's not in our.
We do it
intentions.
each time. We have the topic and then we just go.
No,
It just drifts.
That's
the
rule
topic
one. It's
is
been like that since day one.
The topic
Yeah.
is more like, what do you want to start talking about?
Well, yeah, it was like when we did our first ever episode back in 2015. It was like, we're talking about the holiday season, and in the end, we're talking about video games.
Yeah, exactly. Or the lore, and then we start talking about video games. But yeah, point being,
or this one where we started talking about streaming.
Yeah,
talking about video games.
But yeah, point being, so say example, like streaming. Say example, if we've got a decent stream, decent amount of people listening to the podcast and looking at our YouTube and stuff like that. Not like, so we're making mega money, but say example, like Jason said, enough people watch it, watch the stream, watch the podcast, that we do actually get some, we do actually make some sort of income from it, to a point where we can make this a proper job, so we can do this properly. I would consider that successful.
I would consider if we did this, and it was like a minimum wage paying job for all of us, that would be success to me.
Yeah, don't have to be a famous thing, just enough for us to have an income so we can comfortably say we don't need to go out and do a job. We can sit, okay, fair enough, near enough every day would be making it streaming or doing episodes, but the fact is that's what you want to do. Do you know what I mean?
I would much rather be around my friends, creating content than
and it's
sitting
content
behind
that
a
people
desk
like, do you know what I
doing
mean?
something with someone else.
Come back to you and stuff, and it's just that's basically self-employed. If you do that, streamers and all that they're effectively self-employed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's the
They're
antithesis. of
literally
self-employed.
just self-employed, just paid by promotions.
Exactly.
And stuff
Because
like that,
so
donations.
for example, like me, right, personally, my ideal situation, so for example, where I would consider myself actually successful,
self-actualized.
is I have the knowledge, and so for example, if I go through a mechanic apprenticeship or I work for a mechanic, I have the knowledge to completely do up a car, do whatever I want to a car. Basically, long story short, make a project car. Buy a shell, buy all the parts separately, and build up the car from scratch and call it my own, and have this as a main job. Do you know what I mean? So get the money, money from doing podcast streaming and all that, a lot of income, to then put that money towards parts for a car that I'm making myself. Do you know what I mean? That would be my successful week. So, for example, Monday, even after we do recording, just go to a garage or wherever the car is, build the car, blah blah blah. Come back, do the podcast.
A passion project.
Yeah, I would call that my 100% successful situation. Do you know what I mean? Nothing fancy. If someone says, what's your dream job? What would you want to do in 10 years? I wouldn't want to be famous. I like my privacy. I wouldn't want to have. I would like to have enough money to not ever. I want to have enough money to.
I don't think anyone here wants to be PewDiePie.
Exactly.
It's like
I want to have enough money to not worry about spending the money.
Yeah.
But I don't want so much money I don't know what to spend it on. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
When you get millions, everybody's like, "Oh, would you be a millionaire?" I'm like, to be honest, not really, because you spend that much.
Yeah, it's lottery winners mainly.
Yeah.
You see them; they have these really exciting, eccentric lives for about 3 weeks,
and then it goes,
and then
They go back to normal.
they go back to normal because they've blown it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's just to be perfectly honest, I'll say, if I got say for example, if I won the lottery and I got say £1 million or something like that, I would get a decent car, not like a stupid Lamborghini or a sports car. I would get a decent car that I genuinely like, as in one my dream car.
Yeah.
So then that way, after the money's gone or whatever, I can keep running it. I would buy a house that's comfortably big, not like mansion, but comfortably big.
Enough room to live in.
For me and my mum, but buy them so we don't have to do mortgage and shit, and then just save the rest for, because everybody automatically assumes I've got money, bam, spend it, and it's like so for example, we get decently, so say I have £10 million, right?
Yeah.
And then I buy two pretty big houses, say I'm just gonna say, just for the sake of it, because I could at that point, a couple of million, $1 million, £1 million houses, right? For my mum and me separately, they're bought. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the only
that's
thing
yours.
the only thing you have to pay is electricity bill, and that's it. And that's easy
just
stuff.
Normal
Utilities.
bills.
Yeah, just
That's
utility
still what
bills.
you're paying even when you're
Exactly.
renting a house.
So you buy those, buy a car that I would want to use all the time, not like a Lamborghini or anything like this, because at the end of the day, I would still be using it every day and working like that. although it'd be nice to have a sports car, you can't see shit in them and they're not practical.
Yeah.
I know it sounds stupid, but if I could, I would get like a Nissan GTR. They're fast and they're still good, normal everyday
like what
cars.
you like.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. That's the same kind of mentality I have. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like if I suddenly came into wealth, I would just, you know, make sure my family's set, make sure I'm set, keep away from all debt, and try and live a comfortable living. You know.
So then you have, I would spend, I think, this is most, you know, obviously including buying both houses, buying me a car, possibly buying Jade and my mum a car, and all the furniture and all that shit that goes in it.
Just sorting yourself
I
out.
would actively spend, or I would clamp it at £4 million within
so you've got
the
that
year.
nest egg. Yeah.
Yeah, or like, you know, £4 million dead, you know, that's everything sorted. And then just comfortably take from the 6 million throughout the rest of my life. Do you know what I mean? Because then it gets to the point where I don't need to go, let's buy a yacht for like a $2 million yacht
if
for no
you're
fucking
smart
reason.
about it, that can last you. That can last you a couple of generations.
I could literally retire. Do you know what I mean? That's it.
Mm.
Enough to. So, for example, if I got 10 million, you know, because people, so like you were saying, that lottery fame, they have a brilliant life. They go on holidays, they go on yachts for like 3 weeks, like a month, and then they go back to working. I would just retire because I've got the house, I've got the car. Just spend it comfortably as if I would just normal days. You don't have to do something special to have fun with your family and friends.
You know who I have major respect for? The people that win the lottery, pay off their debt, and then just give the rest to charity. I'm like, how could you give up that kind of wealth?
Yeah, exactly. I personally wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, neither would I.
I wouldn't. I'd be malicious.
As much as you could say, oh yeah, I'd give it to charity, I wouldn't.
First thing I'd do is I would meet up with my dad and I'd go, you know what I've been doing in the last 18 years, mate? Quickly show my bank account and go, you're not getting a fucking penny, and then I'll punch him in the face. Because at the end of the day, I know I've got the money, he doesn't. I'm going to get away with it. I'm going to get away with it. I'm going to sock him in the face so bad he's going to lose a tooth. And I won't get in trouble because I have the money to get a
Retreat to Switzerland.
I hate these expensive people that get like golden Lamborghinis and golden Corvettes.
Saudi Arabian princes.
Yeah, it's just like, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? What's the point? I would like to, you know, retire and spend it through. Like, say, for example, do you know what? If I genuinely had that and I had the 6 million in the bank and I like didn't do work or anything,
A fat 7.7 million in your wallet.
I would happily
It's
just.
so thick it breaks your spine.
I would happily just sit here and do this all day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And make this my job, even though you know, even if you don't get money from it, I have the money to. Because it's that point where if I won the lottery, I'd keep enough money to never worry about having to get money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. I don't have to spend it. I have it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, when I get old and shit like that, I can give, let's say if throughout my life I spend 2 million, I can give 5 million to my kids. Simple. But yeah, the point
Don't
being,
do drugs, kids.
but that's the point being. Even though we're talking about money now,
Using
but
50s.
I wouldn't consider that. I still wouldn't consider that. No matter what, I wouldn't consider that successful. If I won the lottery, you know, because people do get that. They go, "Oh yeah, I'm successful. I've got like £10 million." So if I genuinely won the lottery and got like £10 million, or you know, like the newest like Euro jackpot of like 23 million, I still wouldn't consider myself.
No,
successful.
I'd consider myself lucky.
I would consider
Yeah,
like,
you haven't-
I would
you haven't-
consider
I
it
would
lucky.
invest it. I'd
Yeah.
invest it, and so then
Do you know what you do?
I'd make a
You just
profit.
buy a fuck ton of decent properties and rent them.
Yeah, that's the thing, because like when you win a lottery, you haven't earned that wealth.
Yeah,
There's
you're
a very
lucky,
big
you're not
difference
successful.
between you know earning that kind of money versus just giving
Yeah.
it.
It's
You know what I
all
mean?
right
Like-
being money driven, you know, using money as your incentive to work.
Yeah,
and
there's
do that,
nothing
right?
wrong with that.
But being money obsessed and having like money as on a pedestal is just fucking stupid.
Can't they rule your life?
Exactly. It's one of the things that it's nice to be money driven in terms of the fact that you go, I want to do this, I want to get money, you know, I want to have a lot of money. But it's just stupid thinking if you don't have money, then that's it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, so for example, you do a job like plumbing, trade job, or something like that. Maybe you don't, you know, maybe you're in a tough time, you have to buy a house, buy a mortgage, and you do end up with no money. You could be, you know, people consider you like not successful, but you have no money and you're struggling to put money together. But at the end of the day, you're still out there doing good jobs. Do you know what I mean? Being what you're, you know, self-employed, doing a decent job, going out self-employed, keep making the money. Do you know what I mean? it's not about having loads of money. It's about having enough money not to worry. That's it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I still wouldn't consider myself successful. So, for example, if you know, like I wanted to have my dream thing of this being our job, and then me going doing project cars and stuff like that, but then I go towards, so for example, I get some bodge-ass job where I end up being fucking stockbroker or some bollocks. Let's just say I can't think of another
you just landed something.
I just land a high-paying job where I end up minted. Because that's not what my dream. I still wouldn't personally consider myself successful. Lucky and wealthy, yes. Successful, not so much. Because you know, like I think all four of us are like this. To be fair, we don't determine success on wealth. I would be wealthy but not successful because I'm not sat here doing this job and being sat doing a project car. That's not what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Exactly.
It's a personal thing of success. Do you know what I mean? There's no one thing of success. Do you know what I mean? There's no one like bar where everyone has to reach to become
that's
successful.
the thing. There's a saying I actually really like. It's like there's no key to success. It's a combination lock.
Hey.
Yeah.
I really like that saying.
Getting inspiration.
Yeah, it's true because anybody get the key to that lock, but only you know the combination.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. No, I agree with that. It's quite good. I've never heard that, but it's quite good.
But yeah, so I'd say on the end of that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
45 minutes.
The episode about streaming.
Yeah, the episode about streaming, that was talking about streaming for about 10-15 minutes.
Well, to summarise, that's what we do every single podcast. So fuck you guys.
Yeah. To summarise, we're looking buy our shirts. Yeah. We're looking to expand. Maybe do some streams, some YouTube content. Maybe a couple more like podcast shows. Now that we're mobile, we can do different combinations. It doesn't necessarily have to be just the four of us. It could be two of us doing one show, two of us doing another show.
Exactly.
That is something I wanted to do. I've already spoken to Jason about this. To be fair with you, branching out into different things.
Yeah,
so we've got Four Guys Broadcast, and we got Offload as our
Offload is a series.
Is a series under our belt.
But
it's the only series at the moment.
No, because that's what we were saying. You two. I was thinking, we could do a car-based thing at some point.
Yeah,
definitely. We like
like a restoration project.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because I feel like I know that this is difficult. I feel like obviously because you guys, I would say to give zero fucks, but your interest isn't cars.
Well, yeah, like that's the thing. Like, I like a nice looking car. I like a fast car, but I wouldn't go and do a project.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like the same way that I'm sure, like you like, history movies, you like Assassin's Creed and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you haven't read the Leviathan or the Prince like I have.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
it's just branching out would allow us to do the things we enjoy because obviously we all bitch. We enjoy this.
Yeah.
But it's one specific thing that we all have to vaguely enjoy.
It's like I've already said to Jason, we've already got an idea for us.
Do we want to tell them? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, right. So essentially, me and Jason are going to be doing something called Pitch It, which means we're going to
titles in the air.
No, Pitch It.
Yeah. Well,
Pitch It.
Oh right, okay. Well,
no, mine's not yet. Yeah, I said it was a working title, but that
Pitch It. So essentially, we're going to have basically ideas for games, books, movies, or businesses, stuff like that. So we've got to think of like the ins and outs on how it's going to work, how we're going to do it, and then it's going to be in between. The other person has to kind of pick it apart and see how you.
So it's kind of like a roast me series
in a way.
In a way, but it's more of a kind of constructive criticism based on the other person's approach to things. So you pick it apart, say, what if something like this happens, stuff like that, and you're like, actually, I've got a way to fix that kind of thing. But it's mainly about the initial idea of what you're pitching to them.
Fair enough.
So we kind of got that, and that could be on any idea. To be fair with you.
Yeah.
Plus, I think if we did a show like Pitch It, we could do like a rotation kind of thing, like have like certain have a third person there. There's like a certain guest, like we can bring, like other content creators that we know, like Young Gids, like Spudsy, like that's about it. No,
at the moment, yeah.
Is Mike in a band at the moment? I don't know.
Well,
I don't
Mike
think
is in.
Is he in a band?
Yeah, but regardless of being in a band, fuck him.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. So
all right.
So at the moment,
you get what I'm saying. Like, we can have a rotating cast, and we can bring Jared and Charlie in as well on certain episodes and Pitch It.
And then so you've got something that you enjoy and stuff like that. That's more because we have this as a group thing, but none of it's targeted. Do you know what I mean? We have a different topic each time. If you don't really like it, for example, a good one would be, I don't know, like the bitching one. I think the school one where I pretty much took over and just bitched about everything. But then you have, for example,
you weren't around for that, Joe. That was a good time.
It was literally just like the Charlie Show where I slaughtered everything and everything. And then you have the law one that turned into like the whole politics of Skyrim and that lot. And I was literally spending 80% of the time just on my phone looking at cars. Funny enough, but it's each topic is different, but it's a vague enjoyment of enjoying what we do. But the topics are
very vast.
Yeah. Whereas it gives us the opportunity because we do this. I mean, obviously, because we don't get any money from this. We genuinely do this because we enjoy it. That's all it is we do it because it's for fun. So we might as well enjoy it more. Instead of just enjoying what we do, it's enjoying how we do it as well. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, this has literally just come out of the top of my head, so I'll speak to Jared about all the details. But I had the thought of because Jason and Tom aren't really that into cars and mechanics, but I know you are. It allows us to
I'd hope so.
Channel more of a, for example, like a car theme. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you said, we could do any restoration. I mean, I know mine's going to be built up and all that lot. It should hopefully, but I'm thinking of getting a Mini at some point.
Oh.
So I'd love to do that. I'll tell you the details after the podcast. But point being, afterwards, I was going to get, obviously not as an actual, this was an idea I spoke to Jason about, not as an actual in the podcast as Fall Guys, but just a guest. I was going to bring Scott into it when we do the PUBG streams, because our conversations are quite funny. We do fuck her out, and it's just hilarious to listen to. And it's kind of, when I do my streams, have him as my streaming guest, do you know what I mean? Because then it's, even when we do have PUBG, so for example, if you're doing something else that you enjoy, I can add that element of myself.
Yeah, well, when you think about it, we've got so many combinations we can do. Like we can have picture between us two. We can have a car show between you two. Maybe like me and Jared could do a music show. Or like you and Tom could do like just
sexual
show.
I was literally going to say fanfic, but
oh god.
I know. See, I think
the thing is that no one knows what we look like.
No, I think me and Tom would have to do a roast me thing.
Yeah, literally.
It'd have to be a roast.
Tom is a big hairy Welshman.
No, I think he. Well, I wouldn't.
He's not hairy.
He's not hairy. He's more baby faced than hairy.
Yeah. It's more
his pubes are still blonde.
I'm hairy in other areas, just not where it counts.
And then,
his head. He needs the haircut.
I'd have shaved last.
No, but the point is, I would say actively, like when we actually come down to it, me and you are like the most savage.
Yeah.
I know I am, especially. But point being is, like you said, we can do 2s, 3s, 1s, because at the end of the day, we are Fall Guys Broadcast. No matter what it is, if we create individual content, we are under Fall Guys Broadcast.
We are Fall Guys Broadcast.
But yeah, point being is, we do it.
The audience did not see that.
The point being is, we do it to not only cater. Sorry, we don't. We not only do we want to cater to other target audiences and stuff like that. Bring people in and have other people that enjoy other things. For example, like if someone enjoys cars or the game picture ideas and stuff like that, they might not listen to like the content and that because it doesn't include it. But then we can have that. And not only that, it's a good mixture of having more people come in and experience this as we do. It also comes to our hobbies as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all variety and stuff
exactly.
like that.
So
yeah, but yes, there's a kind of insight to what's essentially going to be happening down the line.
that's in the blueprints at the moment. So through the future,
we've got some new equipment. We've sorry, again.
No, I was just going to say, let us know if you have any ideas of anything you'd like to hear. Do you know what I mean?
Also, sorry.
No, go on.
They also, we just posted a Q&A on the Facebook and Twitter. If you got anything you want to ask us, we're going to be doing a Q&A episode in the future.
Yeah, we'll add the thing together.
Add the comments, yeah.
So, just let us know if you guys come up with any categories and topics and stuff like that. We genuinely do listen to them. For example, like the Manjot one, she come when we did the Come Dine With Me one.
Yeah,
it was Manjot's. Yeah,
British.
That was
her idea. We listen to we listen to what we get. Do you know what I mean? We don't just ignore it. So if you do have any ideas or something like that, we're more than happy to get that feedback. But I've been Charlie.
I've been Jared.
I've been Jason.
I've been Tom.
we'll see you next week.